ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Well, welcome to the Roundtable, everybody. My name is Robert Bannon. You're listening to us on Broadway World over here on the Broadway Podcast Network, iHeart, Spotify, and we're trying to be everywhere around these parts. You know, we're on the hustle. You know who else is on the hustle? Someone who writes and directs a movie that I need to see this season in particular. It sounds like the perfect for October kind of movie. It will be on Netflix. It is out. It is called
Yeah.
Held Hostage in My House and is written by Anna Elizabeth James, who just so happens to be here. Hello.
Hi, Robert. So good to be here. So nice to meet you.
You wrote and direct. You are just a working, hard-working woman. I'm obsessed with you and your hustle.
Well, you are too. Just looking at all the work you've amassed, it's insane.
No,
Congratulations.
well, kudos back at you.
I
I,
know.
I love this idea of this movie. I love that you wrote it and directed it. It is not easy to make a movie. It is not easy to get the money to make a movie. It's not easy for Netflix to pick up a movie. How long ago did you start on this?
Yeah, and I also produced it. Not to add any more hustle to the hustle, right? It's
In
like
your spare time.
I know. I know. So originally the film was called Blunt, and the idea came to me way back when I was a part of an early adapter in the vacation rental craze. So I had a couple Airbnbs in LA when I was coming out of film school, and I just thought it would be so fascinating to tell a story from what it's like to be the host versus being the guest. So it sort of incubated that way, and after Deadly Illusions, which was a psychosexual thriller that was number one on Netflix back in 21, I was like, okay, what should we do next? And I wanted to like stretch my muscles. I didn't want to do particularly like the same exact thing. I wanted to lean more towards like mystery thriller or whodunit, sort of like Knives Out or Clue. And I thought this would be perfect too because of COVID and all the rules that we had. So that's the other thing. This is a COVID movie, and I think you can kind of there's like spatterings where you can kind of tell what films were shot during COVID because they're very contained. They have all these certain, you know, ways to maneuver through all of the the rules and regulations. So yeah, this is a COVID baby, and it's another suburban psychological thriller that I'm super proud of, and my team, of course, in all
So
their
Halloween is next week, and if you're looking for this weekend to order a pizza and sit down with your special somebody, or after the week you had at work, everybody, you want to just chill out and laugh and giggle and be scared, this
yeah.
is your go-to. You don't even have to go to the movie theater. You don't have to spend $25 on a bucket of popcorn. You could
Yeah.
make your snacks and have a good time. How did Netflix become a part of your life? What did you do, and how has it been working with them to put these films up and out?
You know, it's a stroke. It's a little bit of luck. It's a little bit of timing, and I also think it's a little bit of my target audience. Like I love a little camp. I love to make people cackle. I love to cackle. I love to be tantalized. I love it when a story gets me on all four cylinders, like intellectually, cerebrally, sexually, and so yeah, and then there's a little bit of dark comedy, and I think my target audience, which is not just women, it's men too. I think the core of it, like we're not so into like major horror, but if you can just dance that fine line. So this is definitely psychological and twisty, and I think I don't know if there's like a hole in the market on Netflix or that's just where my target audience is, but I'm super grateful. Yeah, I mean, hopefully we can continue this trend, right?
Well, that's what I love. I was gonna say we don't get a lot of movies like this anymore. You brought up Clue, and when I think of Clue, I grew up loving movies like Clue, and then Knives Out came out with a nod to this kind of fun. It's funny and campy, but there's a mystery and there's some horror to it, and it's a
Yeah.
creepy. And people love these movies because we don't have them anymore, Anna. So when you were growing up, did you always want to write movies? Did you always want to direct movies?
I know, isn't that crazy? I think I did when I like when you go back in your life, you're like, "Oh, I've been doing this since I was 4," but I couldn't put my finger on it, you know, and I had a whole other life before USC Film School. I was a stay-at-home mom. I was an only child and I really wanted to do the family thing and have my own little tribe. So I couldn't see past that. It was all I focused about. And then once I started that journey, I was like, wait a minute, I'm way too ambitious. Not that you can't be a stay-at-home mom and not be ambitious, but I just wanted more out of life. So that's where that whole other, like, guess, second life began. And with that came a lot of psychoanalyzation of what I experienced in suburbia. And I think that's just all bubbling out and coming out in all these different forms. Um, so, there's plenty of material to pull from. I think there's no end to it, at this point.
That makes me laugh only because as somebody who lives half of my life as an actor and as a singer and having this show, and then the other half as a husband and a teacher, the suburbia side is, I think, scarier than the artist.
Yeah, like there's moments of just, yeah, and there's something with like each film I do, I try to attack something that I would be kind of afraid of, or like if it scares me a little, I should probably go that way. And so I leaned into this idea of ants. Like in the beginning of the film, there's an ant infestation outside her bedroom. And then as we progress through the story, these ants march their way in. And the idea is like one little ant is not a big deal, or two little ants, but when it's in mass, the feeling that's sort of a metaphorical feeling of what's going on inside her mind, because she's the lead character played by Amy Smart. She's knocked on the head, tied up in her home, and she replays all of the guests that have come through her home, trying to piece together any sort of clues. And as she's progressively getting more hungry and thirsty and everything, and going into this delusional state, her memories are kind of, fucking with her, excuse my French. And, and then the ants sort of personify what that might feel like. And so we shot these ants practically. We found an ant expert on the East Coast. His name was Carl. Thank you, Carl. And he came out and brought his whole like ant farm with a queen ant and everything. Yeah, so we shot these ants practically, and I'm really proud of that because my DP Mike, he was like, yeah, let's do it. Like, I'm like, let's do you know national geography or whatever, and you shoot with the super great macro lens, right? And it's the idea that you can take this little monster and make him big on the screen, and how does that make you feel? So this either turns people on or it turns people off, and it like confuses them and mixes with them. But I think it's a good indicator of just how formulaic sometimes the corporate sort of studio made films, no offense to the studios, but when you have a boardroom of people, they're trying to check like 200 boxes rather than just letting it breathe and just exist. And so I'm really proud of the fact that it's kind of going out on a limb. It's taking a little bit of a risk. Some people hate it, some people love it, but that's what art's for. It's to be sort of picked apart and analyzed.
Well, check it out. I love it. I'm obsessed with the idea. I can't wait to see it. I want to know who held her up. Amy Smart, run, Amy, girl, run.
I
You have
know.
an incredible, after your last movie that went number one on Netflix and the success, is it easier to cast a movie after that? This cast is killer. Like you have a incredible cast in this movie. Tell us
Yeah.
about them.
This cast is amazing. It's actually a funny story. While Amy was reading the script and deciding, because it's a huge part to like decide to be tied up, Neo signed on first. And so I just love him because he was like, I'm in, I'll play the professor. And I wanted to have like an eclectic group of guests that come in. Like, where can we pull all these people from? And then Billy Zane is the doctor, and he's diabolical. He actually showed up with the wig and was like, this is my idea. And I was like, I love it, Billy. So he completely transformed himself into a doctor that has some interesting lifestyle choices in terms of his sexuality. And the way Amy plays that scene is one of my most proud moments. Is it's the idea where you're like, oh, taken back, but you don't judge, and you just let it flow. And I love the energy that we had on our set. Everyone was saying, just it was like a common theme, like there's no fear here. There's no like someone behind you like watching every move you're making to see if you make a mistake. It's more exploratory and freeforming, and all of the actors were like, this is just unbelievable. I haven't felt like this in a while. So that was like a good thing that happened that came out of that. And it also was just reminded me that I need to sort of stay this path. Like, obviously, if I ever got hired to do a student movie, like, wow, that'd be amazing. But I also think the silver lining is that I'm sort of forced down this like obscure path, and that's hopefully going to create more interesting, original ideas that we need, in our tapestry of film and all of that. So yeah, I guess what was your question? I sort of ramble on.
How incredible this cast was, and you answered
Oh
it.
yeah. So the cast, yeah, and so Kristen Davis and Greer Grammer were in Deadly Illusions with Dermot Mulroney and Shanola Hampton. With this cast, I have Amy Smart, Greer Grammer again, Matt Davis, Neo and Billy Zane, and a whole bunch of other fantastic, thespians. And I think, yeah, they saw that it's like in the same kind of world as Deadly Illusions, but I think they appreciated that it's a little different. And I don't want to be a carbon copy of myself. Like I said, I just want to try and explore, because in the subgenres, or I guess there's like a word to call it, genre bending. There's so much that you can do in this playground, and I'm still just like sort of, dancing in it. And I have like a few ideas I've been working on over the last 3 or 4 years, and we'll see which one is next. But it's super fun, and I love pushing it in those realms.
Well, we've had Greer Grammer here, and I love Greer Grammer, so shout out to Greer Grammer. I love Billy
Yes.
Zane. He has been creepy and pushy and crazy
Yeah.
since Titanic. And Neo, I mean, he's a legend and an icon, and I hope
Yeah.
he was singing on set. You have to watch that. And of course, Amy Smart is an incredible actress, so you really have to check this out. So if I watch this tonight with my husband, I'm gonna
Mhm.
send you a message because I'm a scaredy cat, Anna.
I don't think you'll be that scared. I think you might go, woo! Like, we'll see. We'll see. You might be on the line there, but I think you two will have fun. Definitely, you two will have fun with it, because you'll start to realize, wait, we're supposed to laugh a little. Like, you're supposed to have fun. Like, you giggle at yourself for actually being, I don't know, Twitter pated by it. So yeah, definitely. And then Amy Smart, as you know, she was in a film called The Butterfly Effect, as well as Best Friends and Rat Race, all of these classics we grew up with. And she said in her behind the scene video, which I just love, is she's like, it feels a little bit, this film called Held Hostage in My House feels a little bit like The Butterfly Effect. And what she meant by that, and now that I am zoomed out and I can see it, is we kind of jump all over the place. And that, again, is sort of a narrative style we haven't seen lately, I don't think. And so, or maybe we have in certain like, episodes of TV, but I think to see that in the feature film side is fresh, in my opinion, or at least kind of pokes the bear a little bit, and like, again, challenging those norms that we're just seeing everywhere.
Well, it's my pick of the week, everybody. It's Halloween. My birthday's Halloween, Anna. It's the perfect. I'm born on Halloween. It's the right
Oh,
kind
you
of.
are.
Mhm. It's not, it's that
Happy birthday.
thriller, it's that mystery, look, it's not gory in the way that you think it's not Freddy
Uh-huh.
Krueger. It's gonna be something that's gonna
Oh,
have you
yeah.
at the edge of your seat. So get a bucket of popcorn, get yourself some soda or a adult beverage. It's the weekend and enjoy yourself. Held hostage in my house. You already paid for Netflix, so use it and make this number one this week. Come on, let's go.
Thank you. Thank you.
I am so excited to have you here. I'm gonna send you a message. I'm gonna send you a message after I watch
Totally.
it.
When you two watch it, I want to know what you think,
Okay.
please.
I love ants. He hates ants, by the way. And when we had ants around our house when we bought our house, it was a big drama. So you're going to get him right from the go, and I'm going to
Great.
love every second.
Great. That's great. I can't wait to see what you guys think. And thank you for having
Congratulations.
me.
My pleasure. Thank you for spending time with us, and congratulations on everything. We're ready for the next one. I'm gonna have to send you my reel. I could scream. I'm a good heart. I'm a little scream queen myself, Anna
Yeah,
Elizabeth.
I can tell. I watched a few of your videos. I was like, wow, this guy's got some chops. Yeah.
Oh no! Thank you so much for being here. It's such an honor.
Yeah. I'll definitely keep my eye on you, Robert. You got to send me your reel.
Watch this one, everybody. Watch this
Thank
one. She's got
you.
a lot of
Yes,
tricks
help
up her
us in
sleeve.
my house. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.